sorry for this horrific angle. I'm not fixing it. I usually put it like on my laptop, but couldn't be bothered. I've been feeling very unmotivated recently, but the phrase that kept coming to my head that kind of the catalyst for me to pull out my phone and start recording is that I kind of feel like, when you're working hard and you're like working towards something, like maybe you're working up to save for a car or like whatever. The time in between you starting that goal and you achieving that goal where it's really hard and it's very taxing and you feel like maybe you don't want to keep going anymore. I feel like I'm always in a state of that. I feel like I'm always in a state of working towards something that I never get. And I know that that's kind of crazy to say when I'm only 18 and I won't know, even if I am going to be successful, I won't know of that success for at least until I get my degree, but then I started thinking about success and thinking about what that would look like for me, because success is different to everyone. And I don't think my definition is what the societal definition is necessarily, which would maybe be like being rich or like having kids and like that, which those two things would be nice, especially the rich part. But I just realized that my only perception of success is stability. Which is kind of hard for me to grasp because I think a lot of people have a lot of big dreams, and don't get me wrong, I also have a lot of big dreams. But the one that I think about when I wake up and I think about when I'm going to sleep, and I always kind of secretly wish for when I blow out dandelions and blow up my birthday candles, is to just support myself financially and either be with the same person forever or be by myself forever. So like it's kind of crazy to sit here and think and realize that my only real dream is to be comfortable. And I don't think I've ever been, I don't remember a time where I've been in a state of comfortability. I think that there's always a part of my life where I'm extremely uncomfortable, and I don't think it's necessarily normal things. I think everyone always has something that they're part of their life that they're uncomfortable in, whether it's they're starting a new job or they're at a new school or what have you. But I think for me, and this might sound very much like I'm not like other girls, and if it does, it's fine, but I feel like I'm so highly uncomfortable in every aspect of my life. I just started a new job, which I'm highly uncomfortable at because it's not familiar to me yet, which obviously will get better through time. Also, everyone at my job is older than me for the most part, so I feel like I'm 4 years old. But I'm kind of uncomfortable at my school because I kind of dress out there, and a lot of girls at my school dress more basic. And I kind of just feel like I've always, since I was a kid, I never fully felt like I fit in, even if I was with people I considered my best friends. I was always like, they're different from me, or I'm different from them. There's a joke that I won't get, or there's a joke that I say that they won't get, or I'll say something that's wrong. And I've always, like, still, every social interaction I have, I just sit there and I just think, this was weird. No one else would have said that. Like, ugh, why did I say that? So it's just social aspect of the uncomfortability. But I think it's just really deep-rooted uncomfortability. And maybe I'm confusing comfortability and stability, but I don't know. And so that's kind of my struggle today. It's just being like, what's the point? And not to be depressing, like, I'm not going to, but I've just kind of been like, I go to school, go to class, I fucking try so hard to understand the material. I write my notes by hand, because that's easy, or that helps me remember more than writing on my computer. I study, I try, to do my homework on time. I go to work, I try so hard, I just want to know everything. I just want to skip to the part where I know everything at that job, but I try really hard to maintain my relationships. If I'm really a terrible texter, but sometimes I force myself to text people back. If someone calls me and I really just am not in the mood to call, I answer. If someone needs to rant to me and I just really would rather do anything but talk to someone, I listen. And that's not to say that I always like ignore like my needs, or but I just don't understand, like, just don't know. I don't know. And I think the concept of there being a purpose is really hard for me to digest, because I kind of don't feel like I have a purpose. And I don't think any person has one purpose. But sometimes my purpose in a day isn't to save orphans. Sometimes my purpose in a day is to get through that day. And I feel like that's been my purpose a lot recently. I've had people ask me like about next school year. I don't even know where I'm gonna live this summer. And if I think about where I'm going to live, or where I'm going to live on a bench next summer, I will spiral. So I'm having to really live, like, I say day by day. It's minute by minute. Like, I'm not exaggerating. It's truly minute by minute. I'm like, okay, I have class. Oh, I really don't want to be in this class. I'm gonna do it. I have to do it. It's what I have to do. I just have to do it. I just have to get through, like, the whole day. And then I, get home from the day, and all I want to do is, like, truthfully, all I want to do is be on my phone and doom scroll and not do anything meaningful. Like, truly. But then if I do that, that's bad for me, and then I won't sleep well enough. And so I'm just like, it feels like this crazy loop. And I know that there will be good, and there is good. Every day there is good. But it's very few and far in between. But I don't know. And this doesn't really have like a intro, middle end kind of thing. This is just genuinely just me talking, and hoping that you resonate or grasp onto something. Just one thing, please. But yeah, that's the kind of stuff I've been thinking about. And I was talking to my therapist today, and I was telling her I'm like not really sleeping well, and I'm kind of really anxious, and not really eating as much as I should. And she gave me like these suggestions, and like those were really good ideas, but it just takes so much energy. She was like, well, you said you can't really eat in the mornings. Why don't you try a protein shake? I'm like, that's a great idea, and I'm sure it would help, but like, then I have to drink a protein shake every morning. I don't have a time block in my day for breakfast because I don't eat breakfast, you know? And, she told me, like, maybe stay off your phone 30 minutes before bed. And I'm like, it's my only source of joy and entertainment on weekdays, at night, after I've done everything that I need to do. But I'm like, okay, like, and she's like, maybe carry around snacks with you. Again, I just don't have snack time. Like, I'm sure I do, but I mean, I'm being a little dramatic, but I don't know. Just some food for thought. Let me know if anyone else is 18, 19, and kind of feels like they're being thrown into the deep end of a pool and they don't know how to swim. Bye.